Hello everyone. I hope you guys are well. Uh, Good evening. Let's start with the 15th and 16th of August, 16th of September Assam Tribune analysis. I hope you guys can hear me. Right. Let's start without wasting any time because after this discussion, we have our analysis of general studies paper 2 reading comprehension also, right? There's a class of that also. The I will be covering the I will be discussing with you guys the reading comprehensions, which was in the paper of general studies paper 2, right? So the 25 or 24 questions, we will be discussing those things. Let's discuss the 15th of September Assam Tribune. I hope you guys, whoever appeared in this APSC examination, APSC prelims, you guys saw your marks or something. How many you have corrected and how many got wrong, right? So let's start. Let's start with the discussion of 15th of September, right? In civil services achievers point we have our free intensive module is going on. It is starting from 20th of September, and you can join through this link. It is free. It is free, right? And you can also contact in this number, right? So let's discuss the on 15th of September. There was a editorial which was very important. Okay, so the 15th of September editorial is only one editorial was important, and there was not any news article which is very important, right? So let's discuss. That is remembering M. Vishwashraya, right? Vishwashraya was a very eminent person, and you can say is a very important person for India, right? So we'll be discussing about him, right? He's a great personality. Remembering M. Vishwashraya, the article was that, and the article discussed about his early life, his education, his career, as well as his achievements, different kind of achievements. Right. So let's discuss about his early life and education and career actually. Right. So M. Vishwashraya, which is popularly known as MV, was born on September 15, 1860 and Telugu Brahmin family, right? And he was born in Bangalore, right? Bangalore. So he earned his bachelor's of arts. He was a very visionary as well as he was a very talented person, right? Please note that thing, okay? Bachelor of Arts from Central College, Bangalore, and later studied civil engineering at the prestigious College of Engineering, Pune, right? After graduation, he joined as an assistant engineer in Bombay in 1884 and served in Nasik, Khandesh, and Pune for about 10 years. Okay, and subsequently he worked in various sectors in various other places in India also. Right. In 1901, he designed and constructed the automatic gates patented by him at Lake Fife, you can say Fife, Fife भी बोलते हैं उसको कभी कभी, and storage Fife storage reservoir, right? In 1903, introduced the new system of irrigation known as the block system, right? So then in 1903, he introduced that new system and represented the Bombay government at Shimla Irrigation Commission in 1904. So his career, if you see his career and education was a very, you can say, very prestigious, right? So then, and later on, for in the constitution making, not in the Constituent Assembly, but various after that in the 5-year plan also his contributions, right, his economic contributions were very, and socio-economic contributions were very prominent for India, right? So he retired from the British service in 1909 but was appointed the chief engineer and secretary of the government of Mysore immediately. So his the ideas and his works help Indian uh, 5-year plans and economic development a lot, right? So socio-political views. One would like to highlight a specific interaction. He had an interaction with Mahatma Gandhi once, right? So in 1930, you can say the Mahatma Gandhi wrote to MV, right? M. Vishwesvaraya, in spite of the strength of my conviction, I have great regard for your fine abilities and love for the country. Okay, that was the writing of Gandhiji. Okay, why I am putting all these things? Because see, people do not after the prelims examinations and everything. Do not right now. Do not neglect anything. Okay, the general studies paper one was very easy, I would say, but people confused people were confused and they made questions wrong in this easy paper also, right? And then the general studies paper too, some people were very much, they faced very much problem in the reading comprehensions. And that reading comprehension do not prepare this exam for the sake of exam. You have to read such articles, you have to read such things, so that you get some crust, some sort of, you can say, some ability actually, right, to make it right. Okay, to make it right. Then, 1 second. Okay. So, in spite of the strength of my conviction, I have a great regard for your fine abilities, and that Gandhi wrote, and love for the country, and that shall be enweighted whether I have the good fortune to secure your cooperation or face your honest opposition. Right? I see that we hold perhaps metrically opposite views. My conviction, based upon extensive experiences of village life, is that in India. So see, in that thing, the Gandhiji said, what is the importance of village economy for India, and also then Vishwesvaraya replied that your views, that means Gandhiji's views and his views is very opposite. That is the reply of Vishwesvaraya. He said, I believe in the village economy. Yeah, that is true. But I believe in the small and heavy industries as well as, right, small and heavy industries as well, right. So that is the problem between Vishwesvaraya's thing and Gandhiji's thing. Gandhiji thought the village economy, village life is the most important thing for a country, but M. Vishwesvaraya did not think alike like Gandhiji. He thought, yes, village economy is important, but both heavy industries and village industries are important for him. Right? Both are important for him. He is not stuck to any only one. So in that case also, you cannot say, so Gandhiji is wrong, Vishwesvaraya is right. Right? You cannot say that. And please do not put your pre-thinking on these things, that somebody is right, somebody is wrong. Everyone is right, everyone is wrong. Right? So get the crust of all the people, all the great people, the good things of all the people, and make your own views with that. Do not be like a judge, right? That person is right, that person is wrong, or something like that. That will hamper you in the learning process. So next, right, contribution to economic development. He did what he believed in it. It is due to MV that Bhadravati Iron and Steel Works, Mysore, Sandal Oil Factory, right, and soap factory, metal factory, chrome tanning factory, and many more are thriving business house today because of him. He associated with the Tata Group, like offering valuable guidance to manage the scope. He started the Bank of Mysore, etc., etc. His contributions in the economy. I was talking about that also, right? Then literary contribution. There is hardly any area that MB did not think of or reflect on his writing. In 1920, he wrote on reconstruction or reconstructing India. That is his book. In 1932, on unemployment in India, cause and cure. Right. In 1936, on planned economy of India. These books are very important. They can ask you questions about it. Right. Because M. Vishwesvaraya is very much in news. Right. So they can ask you. The APSC prelims examination is gone, but UPSC prelims is coming, right? UPSC prelims is coming. If you are following that, UPSC prelims is also coming in 10th of October. So for that also, you can expect these questions, right? So remember these books. 1920, Reconstructing India. In 1932, Unemployment in India, Cause and Cure. These are the books of M. Vishwesvaraya. In 1936, on Planned Economy of India. In 1951, Memories of My Working Life. Right. Then awards and honors. The British were aware of his talent and rightly bestowed upon him the Companion of Order of Indian Empire in 1911. The Knight Commander of the Order of Indian Empire in 1915 in recognition of his public works and status in society. Our grateful nation honored MB with the Bharat Ratna in 1955. He got the Bharat Ratna in 1955. He died in April 14, 1962 at the age of 101. He lived a very long life with various contributions to Indian economy as well as Indian society. Right? Then in the 15th of September's news, that is अपने देश को जानो, that is Kurinji or Nira Kurinji is a unique flowering shrub that grows in Western Ghat. Nilgiri Mountain draws its name from Kurinji flower, right, that blooms at an interval of 12 years. Please remember this. That Nila Kurinji plant is a tropical plant species. It is native to Shola forest in Western Ghat. It is also seen in Chevrio's hills in Eastern Ghat, Annamalai hills, that is then Agali hills in Kerala, etc., etc. It grows at a height of 30 to 60 centimeter on hill slope at an altitude of 1300 to 2400 meters where there is no tree forest. Right. When if you guys have any experience of that, you can say those hiking or you can say trekking, you must have gone to those part, like 1300 meter or 25 400 meters also, where you cannot find any tree there. You will only get shrubs in there, right? Breeze is there, right? So then fog was there. So these kind of things are very familiar in these areas, right? The flowers of Nila Kurinji are purple, blue in color and blooms once in 12 years. The flowers has no smell or any medicinal value. It is because of these flowers, Nilgiri Hills is southern tip of Western Ghat are called as Blue Mountains. That is the Nilgiri. That the Nilgiri Hill. The name Nilgiri came from this Blue Mountain or that Nila Kurinji plant, right? It is rarest of rare plant species that grows in Western Ghat and does not grow in any other part of the world. It has been categorized as endangered species in ancient Tamil literature. Kurinji flowers symbolize love. Okay, please remember these things also. These things are not important. Seriously, I'm saying, because after looking at the paper of APSC JS paper 1, I don't think these things are important for APSC, but it is very much important from your UPSC point of view. Okay, yeah, I'm saying that. Then Palayan tribal people living in the Tamil Nadu use this flower bloom as reference to calculate their age. Okay, because it blooms at 12 years of interval, so that is why they can assume they are calculating their age with this flowering plant, right? Flowering shrub, you can say. So a Palayan tribal. So remember that Palian tribal. Palian tribal. Why I am saying this? Because that can come. Which tribal, right? Or which tribal in Tamil Nadu use flower bloom as reference to the calculator? They can. There can be a question. Right? You cannot deny these things, right? Let's move. So these are the prelims practice questions for the day, 15th of September. These are practice questions, and then there is a mains practice question also. Mains practice question account for the role that microfinance institution can play in the poverty alleviation in India. Because why I have given that, because we talked about MV, right? M. Vishwasharaya. So he was very much into this Indian economy and then poverty, right? The socio-economic factors of India. So that is why I thought that these kind of questions can also be asked, right? So this is the answer framework. You can write introduction, body, and conclusion, right? So with this, I will be ending the 15th of September current affairs analysis, right? Let's uh, let's start with the 16th of September. Yeah, wait a second, I will share it. Okay, so let's start with the 16th of September current affairs analysis. Right? Yeah. So the contents will be the only one content will be covering, that is Sankardev was unique as he moved beyond the realm of religion, and we will be also covering the Apne Desh Ko Jano, where we will be discussing some facts, some information in detail. Okay, with you guys. Okay, so let's start. So the article was Hankardev was unique as he moved beyond the realm of religion. Right, it is very much important from a culture point of view of Genesis paper one, and please remember these things. Right now, it is very much important. If you are clearing the prelims, then mains is also coming. Please focus on your mains now. Okay, whoever not clearing the prelims, don't be disheartened. Right, the thing you think that you won't be through, right, you are in the verge of the cutoff or something, then don't be disheartened. Right, please focus on your next attempt. And whoever the thing that you are very safe in the prelims examination from both the papers, general studies paper 1 and paper 2, then please think about your general mains preparation. Okay, please focus on that also. Right, so it is very much important from a culture and society point of view. The uniqueness of Srimanta Honkodev and his mission manifested in the same social reformers, right, reforms genius in moving beyond the realm of religion. He moved beyond religion, right? He was not focusing only on the religion. Please remember that Hankodev was not focusing only on the religion, right? He was thinking of reforming the society, right, encompassing wide ranging social spheres, right? And his ushering in a cultural renaissance, right? He was thinking about it also. He is giving some whole lot of new idea in the religious form, or you can say the cultural event of Assam, right? And the major thing in the Shankardev's view is egalitarian ethos, right? Egalitarian means the religion or the practice, the cultural practice is open to all. There is no discrimination in it, right? So that is the egalitarian society we are talking about. We do not have, why still in Assamese society, why we do not have that much concept of caste, creed, religion, right? Those things do not affect us, right? So why those things doesn't affect us? Because of this great man, I would say. He made our society an egalitarian society, right? Which is which is very much away from these kind of atrocities, you can say, discrimination, you can say, race, religion, caste, sex, place of birth. We do not have those. Yeah, that is Article 15, but we do not have these kind of things, these kind of discrimination in Assam, at the large, right? If that is the I mean contribution of Hongkordev in Assamese society, right? There is a paper on mains examination also in APSC mains, right? You have to be very prepared about Assam also, history, geography, polity, etc., culture, right? They can ask you various type of these kind of mains. You have to write things, right? You have to write 250 words question, 150 words question, 300 words question, maybe, right? So you have to be very, I mean, enlightened about these things. You have to be knowledgeable about these things. You have to write these. It is not an MCQ, right? So let's move. The general trend to look and understand Srimanta Hankardev as a religious preacher would do grave injustice to comprehend and recognize and assess the monumental contribution of great 15th century saint and social reformer, as well as the exceptional personality. Right? Srimanta Hankardev was truly unique in his personality and his initiatives. Those were wide and encompassing, and there was not an area he had left untouched. Remember that. Aside from religious preachings, through his liberal and inclusive bhakti movement, his genius shone in his all round creative activity in diverse spheres such as art, literature, drama, music, etc. You know that, right? You know that very well. It was due to his extraordinary ability to touch upon various aspects of human activities that Saint has able to break the shackles of rigid religious order of his times and strive for an egalitarian society where people are equal, right? Where there is no discrimination on the basis of race, religion, caste, sex, place of birth, right? That is the fact. That is the good evening, guys. Good evening. Good evening, Lusmita. Good evening. So that is the contribution of Hankordev in Assamese society. Please remember that. Then Hankordev introduced India to Assam and vice versa. Right? Democratized religion so that none felt unwanted. There is no concept of unwanted in Hankodev's view. He shaped a new social order based on tenets of equality and justice was important during those times of Hong Kong. Equality and justice. He talked about these things 15th century. Remember these guys. 15th century. How visionary he was. Right? How visionary. 15th century he's talking about these things. Noting that Hongkordev during his two prologue pilgrimages drew from the inclusive bhakti movement witnessed in India, he came back enriched and introduced things which were not religious, right? Inclusive and appealing to the masses. These are not religious, right? He made more inclusive and appealing to the masses so that masses can comprehend these things, can understand these ideas, right? That is the whole. See, if you are a religious guru or religious saint, whatever it is, if you cannot make people understand about your ideas, right? How can you impose, how can you make them think about your ideas? That is the thing, na? That is the thing, that you are making them understand your ideas. Hankordev could do that, right? He did that thing, right? He, I think, I mean, he, the inclusive concept of Hankordev, that he is talking about the masses, and he is, I mean, giving something to the masses, right? So masses, I mean masses means that people can understand what he is saying, what he wants to do. That is the main feature of his whole religious, or you can say more than religious activities. Religion was one aspect of his journey, and it is the other aspects that shaped social life. Right? The Namghar Community Prayer Hall is another innovation of Hankardev, where even the commoners can ask the preacher question that gives the faith, right? That gives, you can say, respect to the preacher. If somebody, that is not, that is the egalitarian, right? Egalitarian society, right? Where everyone is equal, even the preacher is equal to the followers. If it is Shankardev, it is Hankardev, then the bhakta, the bhakta boli kore, right? So bhakt are also equal to him. They can ask questions to him also. That is the egalitarian society. There is not like something, someone is king, right? People are sitting below him. It is not like that, right? So it is not like that. They are same. They can ask question. Why you are talking like this? Why do you think that is that is this thing, that is this thing? That is the faith. He preached what he preached, and it particularly showed in his attitude towards women. He never barred his wife Kalindi from offering obscenes of ghar duty, a deity, even though his own preaching was for total devotion to one supreme God only. Kalindi Aiko, even he did not bar Kalindi from preaching other deity also, right? That is the concept that why I'm talking about these things, because the in the present condition, whatever the present or past, I'm not saying about the political thing, but but when you are imposing something on someone, that is the breaching of somebody's personal beliefs, right? Belief system. If you think that somebody is good, it is you are the person, you have some ideas, and you are imposing some ideas on him, on your friend or something. He has some other ideas, he has some other belief. Somebody believes that Buddha exists, I mean somebody believes in Buddhism, somebody believes in Hinduism. If the Buddhist person says that you have to believe in Buddhism, Hinduism is nothing, you cannot do that. That is not the concept, right? That is not the idea. If you believe in Buddhism, that is your own belief. You have to respect others belief too. That is Sankardev did, that is the Hankardev, what he did. He never barred his wife Kalindi from uh, worshipping other deity, but his ideas or his preaching was, he thinks that only one God exists, one supreme God only. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So that is the concept. You cannot impose things. In present condition, people are very much, I mean, that is the concept. I don't know why. That I believe in these things, you have to believe in these things also. That is not right. We have a constitution, Article 19, freedom of expression, speech and expression. Right? So we have our belief system. I can believe something else, somebody can believe in something else. That is our teaching, right? Honkodev taught us, right? Then similarly, Chandri I, a domestic help, used to exhibit remarkable erudition while interacting with scholars, something she acquired due to an enabling home ambience. So even Honkodev didn't even barred his the domestic help of preaching other things also. That is the, you can say, Barappan, that is the thing, right? If you have some ideas, you can say these things are the knowledge of this idea. It is upon you want to follow or not. It is not like आपको follow करना ही है, आप follow करो नहीं तो आपको मारा जाएगा, ऐसा नहीं है. ठीक है, चलो. So with that, the article is over. Then the next article, I mean the अपने देश को जानो, right? That is a cattle island. During construction of Hirakund Dam, the cattle left behind by displaced villagers moved to a higher place in the middle of the reservoir. The elevated area turned into a cattle island with cows roaming freely in the wild. Right? Odisha Forest and Environment Department is starting eco-tourism package for tourists to islands inside the Hirakund Reservoir. Cattle Island, one of the three islands in the Hirakund Reservoir, has been selected as a sightseeing destination. It is located in one of the extreme point of Hirakund Reservoir. It is completely inhabited by wild animals and without any trace of humans. Right? It is near Kumarban village of Belpahar, Banarpalli range, which is about 90 kilometers from Sambalpur, Orissa. The island is submerged hill, and before the construction of Hirakund Dam, it was developed village. During the resettlement period, villagers left some of the cattle behind. When a dam construction was over, the cattle settled on the hilltop. Right, that is the news. Then that the island was named as Cattle Island later. Right. So then we have to talk about the Hirakund Dam. It is a multi-purpose scheme conceived by, that is the why I am including because engineer I am Vishwesvaraya in 1935 because it was in news on 15th of September, right? So that is why I was adding these things to connect the contribution of Vishwesvaraya also. After recurrence of devastating flood of Mahanadi River, its first hydropower was commissioned in 1956. It is longest dam of India. Right? The dam is built across the river Mahanadi. Please remember this Hirakund Dam. Okay, Mahanadi, about 15 kilometers upstream of Sambalpur town of Orissa. The Mahanadi river system is the third largest peninsular India after Godavari and Krishna, the largest river of Orissa state. Okay, please remember that. It rises from a place near Sihawa in Bastar Hill in the state of Chhattisgarh to the south of Amarkantak. Right? Amarkantak. The catchment area of the river extends to Chhattisgarh, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa, Jharkhand, and Maharashtra. The objectives of it, the irrigation then to the Sambalpur, Bargar, Bolangir, then Sabarnapur, etc., then power generation, flood control, wildlife sanctuary, then Debrigarh Wildlife Sanctuary is there, located near Hirakund Dam. It is bounded on the east and north by the huge Hirakund Reservoir. Right. So these are the information about the Hirakund Dam and as well as the Cattle Island. Right. With this, the today's prelims practice questions are there. Right. Please try to follow this, try to solve these, and you have the answers is there. Right. So with that, I will be ending this class. Right. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And our UGC NET and JRF online coaching is also going on, and so the duration of 3 months and the fees is there, and you can call in this number too, right, to avail that. So with that, thank you. I hope you guys enjoyed this lecture. If you have any doubt, if you have any query, please ask in the comment section. Okay. Thank you very much.